So we're starting out with Virtual Parties 201 for the Ishee team, and this is exciting because we just had a great discussion about some things, questions from 101, and here are some takeaways that we have. So Diana, you can start us off if they can talk to their director temporarily, but then Tammy is going to solve that problem for them. So go ahead.
Okay, you guys, first of all, if you're setting up your party groups from your phone, if you just click on groups and then just create group, it's right there. Now you cannot add the Post My Party app to your parties from your iPhone, as far as I know. So what you can do, if you are a director, have your downline person that is trying to do this from their phone make you an admin on their page, and then you can go in and add the app for them. So if you're trying to do this from a phone, get with your director and add them as an admin, and then until you can get a laptop, then they can add Post My Party to your party group for you.
All right, great. And then Tammy's going to tell you how to do it yourself too. Go ahead, Tammy.
Okay, so instead of on an iPhone, instead of signing into your Facebook app, you can actually go and sign into your Facebook account through your Safari. So just go to, facebook.com, sign into your account through Safari, and then it will you can interact with your party, your business page, and things like that, just like you would on a computer. And you can go into and edit your settings and add the Post My Party app that way.
That's really great to be able to add the Post My Party app that way. And then who was it that had the other tip for us? Was it you, Denise? No?
That would be me.
Oh, Debbie. Yes, thank you, Debbie. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. If on an Android phone, if you go in through the Facebook app that shows up like it would on a computer, you can add Post My Party to that, but you have to use the other Facebook app.
Okay. All right. Great. Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks so much, because together we are so much more than we are alone. So this is why we're all coming together here for sure. So today, what I want to pick up with is being able to take this into Post My Party and show you what to do in Post My Party and how to link it to your actual Facebook party. Now, here's the thing about these templates. If you are getting a starter template from your director, when you download it, which is really simple now, you just click on the link they give you, then you need to do two things immediately. You need to make a copy of it in your Post My Party, make a copy, and then call it whatever you're going to call it, and then make changes to every post in there so that this becomes different. So we have had directors that are sharing templates that if they've got 10 or more people using it, supposedly, then that's causing, some issues because of the high sensitivity with Facebook now, with everything going on in the world. So I'm just telling you, please, please, please do those two things. Make a copy. All you do is click make a copy, and then you go in and you can change the name of it and start making changes to it. So I'll show you some of that now. But what I want to do first is you have a 30-day free trial if you don't have Post My Party or have never used it. And this is my Post My Party. So you have two different things here. Parties are the actual parties that you're running, okay? And so if those are parties that you're running, they're going to show up right there, all right? Those are the actual parties that were in Facebook. Templates are the templates, the things that are going to run, posts, the posts and everything into your party, all right? So again, difference is I've got to go in here and schedule whatever party I want, all right, so that it's going to run. So I was using Becky's March 2020 updated. That was the template that I was using. So what I want to do, if I'm going to go in here, and you can change these, but here's where I would say, when you bring a template in, then you'll make a copy of it, all right? So let me find my Becky's, where is that? I'm not seeing it right now. Maybe it's on this one. There it is. Okay. So this is my current template. If you want to create a brand new one, you can, but basically you can take any template that's given to you. So let's go back to this one, June of 19. All right, so here are all these posts that I had for this June of last year. They are all green check marks still, which is kind of awesome. But here's the button that says copy template. So if I wanted to copy it and make a copy, I could do that just by pushing that button, and it will create a copy of the template that your director gives you. And then up here, you could go up and name it. All right, the copy. So you could say copy of Becky's, or you could put, you know, like Debbie's copy of Becky's June, or whatever it is that you're going to do. But then you've got to go in and change. So how are you going to go in and change? We just click this edit button right here. These little pencils are all the edit buttons. So if I want to edit the post, I can go over here. And if I want to edit the day, I can do it right here if I don't want it on day one. Or if I want to edit the time, I can do that over here. But basically, you'll start at post number 1, and you'll go in and you'll start editing, and you'll just start typing. You're like, okay, read what they have, then get it off of there, and now type your words so it sounds like you. All right, and after every change you make, I just put on here, yay. All right, and then I can update. Now it's saved. When I click update, that's like save, and you want to do that every time after you make changes. Then I would go into the next one. Okay, so here's where that June was, June's guest special. Okay, and where the guest special is with the drawing and the link and everything like that. But anyway, I can go then back to the template. So now I'm back to my template where I started. Okay, you're going to have one of these, something similar in your template that you get from your director to start with, the starter template, and you're going to read what they have, and then you've got to make it all be your own. How would you change a picture? You would just click change, and then you would go find one that you want. You could browse. I could click browse, and that would browse in my computer. I could go find it in my personal photo file. Anyway, after I would change it, I would click update. Okay, that saves it. Just seeing those little bubbles that come up, change it. And then I can go back to the template. So that's all about working with a template in here. But then when I want to actually go and create a party, now I'm going to go in here and do schedule a new party. And remember, our host was Kim. I'm going to choose my template. My template was Becky's March updated for now. I'm going to pick from the business group because that's what my business group is, and I only have one, but I still have to click it. Okay. Now, what group? Her party is only going to show up here if I have added that Post My Party app. Okay. So here it is. This is the one we created. Remember, it was Shamrocks. And it was Kim's virtual party. I just started doing the Shamrocks. I didn't have time to send myself the little icons earlier. But so now I have that in here. Her start date, well, her start date isn't until, so I'm probably going to go back in and change because it's April 3rd. So I'll probably do some flowers for Easter and things. So it starts on April the 3rd in Eastern time because that's the time zone that she and I are in. And now you'll see this replaced host brackets. This is where I can put her name. And everywhere in my template where it has host with brackets around it, it's going to put Kim's name in there automatically for me. And then I can replace the word link in brackets. And here's where I'm going to go grab her link. The easiest place for me to grab it from, since I have it all set up, is from her party where I set it all up. I can get it really quick, or I can go get it from or I can go get it from Pampered Chef. Either way, it doesn't matter. But I'm just going to grab that. I'm going to copy it. Okay, and then I just go back. My toolbar is full. And I'm going to paste that in here. So there's her party link. Remember, I had created it in Pampered Chef because that's the Pampered Chef link. I put it into Facebook. All right. If you think about it, Facebook is one compartment, Pampered Chef is one compartment, and Post My Party is one compartment. And now I'm going to get them all talking to each other. So this, and then I just click create. So now what I have happening, if I go to list my parties, I go up to parties and I'm going to list them. Here's Kim's party. It's all ready and scheduled for the 3rd. All right, now let's go in and look. Wherever I had a bracket with host, it actually has her name, Kim. Look at that, it's in there. And wherever I have, where I had her party, ordering time during Kim's party, look, there's her party link, yay. Okay, and that is one of the very early posts I make along with the guest special, so that then I can, once that is made, it's actually made, I'm gonna go back to the party, because now this is just the party, I'm not in the template. Remember, I created the party, so now it's put in her name and her ordering link. Look, Kim and I don't want you to miss a thing. It says it there. I'm just trying to be very conversational in my posts and include her. You can see how this happens on day 1 right away in the evening, because I have them add their friends on Friday morning. So that's it. So now her party would be running in there, okay? And so templates is one thing. That's where you're gonna work and do your work and pick and choose and, okay, create a whole template, or you'll have a starter template that you wanna make changes to. Then you're gonna import that template to create this party. So now that party would start posting into Facebook because I connected the two. Again, remember how I connected the two? I had to go into group settings and I had to go in here and add the app, post my party, add the app, post my party. Then I went to, and I did that, remember? And we clicked save, or we did add app. Now Facebook could see post my party. And then I went into post my party and created the party. I could do this, remember again, because since I added the app, the party was available right here. It reads it. Okay, so they all connect. And that's basically it. And then you can start working in your parties, welcoming people. I'm going to talk about the first parts of host coaching now. But before I do, I just want to see if there are any questions on the post my party portion of Virtual Party 201.
Becky,
Yes.
when you are setting up your different parties, I know when you get the initial template, you change them. Do you change those templates for each party?
No. So you can have a template that you're going to run for the whole month, and then you might just make a few changes to it, just a few, for the next month. So you really could use a template for probably up to 3 months. Okay. But you remember, each month you've got to go in and change the special. Okay. And then you might change the guessing game, each month, so it's just very few little changes. But, if you think about the year and quarters by seasons, maybe, but we've also have the new products. So, March, April, May, that could be one template that you use. You're just going to change the monthly special and the guessing games so that they're not the same, and
So
maybe.
just by changing their name and the link and all that, is that enough? That's enough for Facebook, so you're not duplicating a whole lot. Like if you're running 5 parties at a time, does it matter?
Well, Facebook, you never know what they're going to come up with next. But when you do run it, that's a really good point. You need to adjust the time so that they're not running all at the same time. So let me show you that. That's a really good question. Okay. So I already created the party that I created, right? I think it was Kim's or something like that. So now before I would create the next one, I would need to go back to that template that I'm using, that Becky's template, Becky's March template, okay? And I would have to edit it. And what I would need to do is see adjust posts. I can adjust all of the posts by a number of minutes, hours, days, weeks. You just want to adjust the post, I would say, by like, sometimes I'll do back it up by 10. But when I do that, remember I have to click update. That's like save. And then I might do it another minute so that it's kind of odd. Okay, so now this template is ready to be used again for my second party in the same week. Okay, and then after I add it, create, so I would go to parties and do schedule a new one, and I would use the same template now because it's ready. Then I would have to come back to this template and again adjust the time. Just remember, okay, I went back 11. So for the next one, I'm going to go back, even more. I don't want to, if I go back 11 and then I go forward 11, I haven't changed anything. But you'll notice because it'll come up duplicating posts and times, and you won't have a green go on your content for your parties.
Becky,
So you want to adjust times between them when you're running multiples in the same week. Okay, Chris, go ahead.
you can also do that from the party part. Like if you want to keep your template always the same, you can do that from the party too. You can adjust the times of your party when you create the party. So you can keep your template times the same. So if you're adding 5 parties, like I'll just go in and like the one party I'll go minus, and then I'll go minus 10, minus 5, and then minus 10, and then one party might go plus 5 or plus 10. So you can do it either way if you don't want to keep messing with your template.
Okay. So it was a really good question. You've got to really make sure that they're not all posting at the same time for multiples. Okay. Any other questions about?
I have a question. When you're working in the post my party in the bottom, when you're at the bottom of that template thing and it says replace the host and replace the link, there's a third thing down there. Do we do anything with that?
I haven't. I mean, I did occasionally in the past, but you don't. No, I mean, I don't really add a third piece.
Okay. I didn't think we had to, but I wanted to check.
Yeah, no, you don't. Now, someone did ask a question in the chat to me about what to do if, and I'm in this case, I didn't start a party yesterday that I needed to. So, and I've been in that case. So let me go back to a party that I think Amanda's might have happened this way. Okay, so let's say what she's asking is, what if I want to start the party, I'm just now linking it, and day 1 was Friday, it was yesterday. Okay, so that's what they're asking. What you can do is see how this says failed, skipped because it was scheduled and I missed it. So you can manually take and do this post just by, clicking on it. But you also, what I've done before, let me find one where I did it, is I just change it. Let's see. Yeah, this was, so what I did was I went on day 1, and even though it failed to post, I rescheduled these 2 right here. I just went in and rescheduled them.
Becky, so, we can't see your screen.
Oh, well, that would be so helpful, wouldn't it? Okay, let me go back to here. This is just too much to remember. Okay, so there, now can you see it? Yes?
Yes, thank you.
All right, so see how this says failed because it was skipped because it was scheduled in the past? That means like I started this party on Saturday, but day 1 was Friday and it didn't post, okay? So I can edit anything in a party that is not scheduled, all right? So I can come over here to actions and I can change this day and time, and I can update and reschedule. So if it said day 1, which was yesterday, but I'm just now starting it today, I can just go back in here, which is what I did, and change it to day 2, okay? And then I can click the time and do update and reschedule. And then it moves it right into today. So even if your template had yesterday's posts, you can just move them into today, pick what's really necessary for you to show today, and just edit it and update, reschedule and update. Okay, no problem. Okay. All right, any other questions on the Post My Party? Are you feeling pretty good now? Thumbs up, yes? All right, good. I love seeing that from new consultants. So you've been through it this morning, boot camp here. Paula, you got a question?
No, I don't have a question. Amber wanted to know about deleting the groups, if, just because she's overwhelmed with how many. And I just wanted to let her know, I don't know if Amber's still on here. Love Carpenter in one of the trainings, she said that when the party is over, you can go into the title where you were adding your leprechauns and all that stuff, and behind the title put thank you. And I do that now, and it really does help because I know that show's closed.
I put closed, so you can do it either way,
Yep.
Whatever works. So let's see, that's not gonna be what you want to see, is it? You guys,
It really does help, Amber, as far as knowing that those shows are closed.
so here's what you can do. Mine just says Heather's
Yeah.
Party closed, and I put up here, I started doing this week based on what is coming out.
Oh.
As a business owner, thank you for your support, because I want people to realize that I'm a business owner too when they're trying to support local businesses and businesses. So I've been putting that up there with changing it to closed.
Becky, can you show that again?
Yeah, and
Your
that's
banner?
part of my thank you to them when I post it.
I like that idea. That's good.
So then that's in here with my thank you and party winners and everything like that too. Okay.
Hey, Becky, where can we get a banner like that? That's awesome.
I can create that, Becky.
Share that.
Becky.
Scroll back up so I can take a picture of it so I can create something like that.
Yeah, you make your own.
Yeah, you got to make your own. I'll show you guys how, but you got to make your own.
Yeah, I can make it in Canva. I just wanted the words.
Well, I don't know if they're working. I just started doing it a week ago. So I'll show you. But I felt like I wanted people to know. So you can see, those are all saying, see how they're saying closed and putting it in there. There's kind of scattered, but.
If Amber's on there, Amber, does that help?
And then you can archive the group is what I've been told too through Facebook, but I haven't done that myself yet. And I'm sure that eventually I'll get to that. But for right now, let's really stay close on what has to happen to get these parties up and running. So I hope that you're really feeling good about what to do and to get a starter template. The next thing is host coaching, and the host coaching is so important. That your hosts need to feel like you're connected to them and that you're a partnership in making their show, their party a success. And if I have people, so the main thing is we want our hosts to invite in a variety of ways. We really want them to invite by text and by messenger, and by using the invite button, all three. I could tell you and show you our system and work through everything, but honestly, none of it's going to matter if there aren't people in the party. So during the first 2 days of your party from when you open it, and actually the way we teach in our organization is that I have you open the parties on Friday, and then Friday to Saturday, Sunday is about creating this social group that's happening on Facebook. So whatever days you start, it's your first couple days. I'm just going to refer to it that way since that's what I teach on here. But so basically on Friday, I'm going to ask my host to get to 25 guests. At least, you know, message out, send messages, Facebook, everything. Same thing then again on Saturday. So we're trying to get them to have 50 guests that join the party. They have to join in order to be able to see the posts. And then we want them to turn the notifications on to all posts. There's a difference. And you ought to check your main groups occasionally, because sometimes it seems like Facebook is flipping it to highlights. And the reason I can say that is because Ishee Leaders is one of the groups that I, you know, created and run and stuff. And it even flipped my notifications in there to highlights rather than all posts. So you just want to make sure that, and, you know, check that on your main groups that you're in, like our team pages and things like that. So, but anyway, to do notifications, they just have to click on the word notifications and select all. Okay, or if they have it on the phone, I think it might be the dots or the arrow next to, and then click all. But that's what happens. We'll share our host coaching documents and we'll share different things, but I want you to understand that that's what needs to happen. You partner with them, and I even say to them on Saturday, you have 10 people, you know, you're off to a good start. You have 10 people in your party. Our goal is really to have 30 to 50 people in your party. It's my job to help you get as many host benefits and have as much fun with your friends as possible. And more people seeing more posts is going to make that happen. You know, just those kinds of words to encourage them to make sure that they're on board and that you're doing your job to help them have the best party possible with their friends. Now, with what's happening in the world, you want to probably connect with your host to ask them always, you know, what is it that you'd like to get from your party? Now, if they say they want to have fun or socialize with friends, we know that, and that, great, check. I got that. I can do that. No problem. So your interaction is going to make that happen. You know, these kinds of things are what you want to be messaging to your hosts. You know, trust me, Kim, your hosts are going to see what you post long before they see what I post. It's okay to like or comment, but your posts are what's key. All right, so I'm going to give you a post a day or two, you know, that kind of thing. And then I always tell them it's far more important to have 20 to 30 people that are commenting once every so often on things than it is to have the same 2 or 3 people commenting lots, okay? Because that's the way Facebook works, is that's what pushes this group into people's notifications. So a lot of people will just pick up their phone or their computer and go to Facebook, and they'll do everything from their notifications. Our goal is to push your party up into their notifications, okay, so that they see what's happening and they join the fun. So if you'll keep tagging 5 to 10 people on different posts and asking them to join in the fun, so we're having a big variety, that's what's super important. Now you can do that through texting, you can do that through messaging. I've been using now the voice on Messenger and doing that a lot, or a video message to them. So if you don't want a video, at least do the voice messaging, because that's even more personal than that text that they read or that message that they read. And you can explain things, you know, a little quicker, better. Just make those 1 to 2 minute little messages. So that's key. And that's as far as I want to go on 201, because that is most important. You're going to have a post to send your host every day. No problem. They can copy and paste. But setting up these first 3 days with that partnership and that relationship with your host and getting them on board for all of the things that will happen is necessary in those first few days. So any questions on that I can answer for you?
Becky?
Yes.
Let me get my video. There we go. I just had a question about when you're setting up your templates. Let me get my little one here. I was just wondering if anyone could kind of help me out with getting a feel for what's allowed when you're taking photos from the internet, Google Images, whenever you're setting up those templates, Or maybe you could answer that after the recording too. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I just think you have to follow whatever, if you're in Canva and creating posts, which I'll do kind of a 301 Canva kind of little thing here next week, they actually have photo section that you can just click from their photos and pull from their photos right there. So if you're working through Canva, everything is right there for you. And then you have the marketing imagery.
Okay, so you would just recommend staying those 2 domains, and then you wouldn't have to worry about anything with Google Images or stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't. Or sometimes I'll take a screenshot of something and use part of it or whatever. I mean, most people will have, I'm just finding that that's my fastest go-to way now. I'm really enjoying using everything Canva's offering.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, any other questions?
Becky, this is Mary Sue.
Go ahead.
You said you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Is that pretty much what you do, host coaching, and then open it up to their guest on Monday?
No, it's all open to their guests starting right away on Friday. I'm trying to get her to add all these guests, but as they're adding, we need to welcome the guests and we need to get the interaction going or they're not going to see the posts. So,
okay.
No, it's all open. The template starts running, the early bird, the welcome to the party, all of that starts running for sure. It's just that the communication, the way the host helps the most is by interacting, getting guests and interacting with them as much as possible, especially in those first 3 days.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, anything else on what we've done? I feel like it's time for lunch. You guys are fading, and I hope this was really helpful. Was this helpful or no today, this morning? And like a little virtual party boot camp.
Becky, I have a question. This is Lakeisha. I'm a new consultant. I have a question.
Sure.
I have host coach 2 of my new virtual parties, and for some reason, I have one that just MIA'd on me. Like, I sent her the post that you're supposed to send her, and then when I go check on her via text message, make sure she's okay, she doesn't reply to any of my text messages. The party was an absolute fail, and I felt horrendous because it felt like I gave all I got, and it was like, okay, no, you're not. I'm not doing this for you.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
So here's the thing with that, and I appreciate you sharing that. And what I want everyone to realize is we train to run a handful of parties at one time. So we've been running this as a pilot for a year now, just in March. This was just now our first year. And so we say to have 4 because, and don't take these words offensively, but we say one might drop, one might flop, which means it barely gets to, not even 200 or 200, the other 2 will pop. So you want to be running 4 at a time, because if you're only running 1 or 2, I don't know if that will be the one that drops or moves or, whatever, or one of the ones that pop. So, but we do know that for every 4 that you run and at the same time that you're getting, 2 that really pop and give you a nice paycheck. And we know when you're running 4 at a time that you're selling, pretty much over $12.50 a week is what we're finding. So that's what I would recommend. And here's the other thing I want to say is I understand because we've all been there. And then I had a party this week that it's probably at $100. I mean, a lot of things happened this week that people were in tune to, and it wasn't that. But I think now everything's calming down. But I had 3 bookings. So, they're very excited to have the parties and to get together, and you just never know. And the host even asked if she could rebook. And I'm like, you know what? You did everything so great. I would love to work with you again, because I know she did everything. She was a great host. So, just find the willing, find the ones that will, and don't take it personal. That's my message. And really running groups of 4, because you'll find your 2 poppers there. Okay?
Got you. Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, gang. So I'm going to stop the recording here because I'll hang out, because I think the recording's getting a little long. I'll hang out and answer questions. And we'll have a 301 if you want, where I can do Canva and some things like that that might be helpful for you. I've really gotten excited about that, how easy I can flip some things out to make that happen. Like even that virtual party post that I did for this last night, and like 3 minutes after I hung up from the other calls, it's fine. It's not like amazing, but you know, it gets the job done and it's pretty quick. So let me go ahead and stop this recording.